Thank you so much for being here today. We are so excited about our 75th anniversary. We have had so many fun events, and you have all participated in them. We have another one tomorrow night, our Christmas tree lighting. It's our first annual Christmas tree lighting, and we're so excited about that and know that it will become a tradition here as we all celebrate the light of Christmas and the beginning of the Christmas season. But here today, we are so appreciative of All In Credit Union. As we began this campaign to raise money for our students for the 75th anniversary, we have been so fortunate to have a new business partner, and that is All In Credit Union, have given us $7,500 to kickstart that campaign, and it will be used for food insufficiency for our students, for a food pantry and for emergencies that students have. And we're just so pleased about that, because if you went to the grocery store like I did during Thanksgiving, then you know that inflation is really an issue for many of our students. And so we are so appreciative to have you here today. And it has been a wonderful day today. This is our first real campaign for the annual Day of Giving. Every year on Thanksgiving, November the 29th, we all receive different emails and mailings and that kind of thing of different charities and organizations and colleges and schools collecting money, having a day of giving, and talking about what a difference you can make. And for the first time, Chipola College is involved in that, and we are so pleased about that, because we know that our state funding is so designated. You know, everything has to be audited, everything has to be spent for something very specific, and there's no room at all to make extra purchases, for instance, to buy pizzas for a group of students that might be coming on our campus, recruiting for high school students, that kind of thing. And so there are just so many things every day. We would love to, maybe in the summer, say, students come and take a course, you pay for the first one, we'll pay for the second one. Just such incentive, because many of our students need to work during the summer in order to have money for the next fall. And so just every day, there's so many needs that we have. And our employees are stepping up, and our businesses are stepping up, and we are just so pleased about that. Our alumni are starting to email in, to ask questions, to update their information sheets and social media and on our webpage, and we are so pleased about that. We had an employee today who made an anonymous $10,000 pledge for this campaign, and so I'm just so excited about that, and that inspired me to do one that I'll let Arlene tell you about. But thank you for coming today. Thank you for being so supportive of our 75th anniversary campaign, and we're just looking forward to the rest of the year and all the new events that we have coming. Thank you.
What a great day indeed it is. I am so excited to have a wonderful report. Excuse me. The National Day of Giving is a day that we all can take a moment and reflect on how blessed and how thankful we are for all the nonprofits in not just our area but nationally. And that is the concept of the Day of Giving. You have Black Friday, you have Cyber Monday, but after all of that, let's reflect like we are today and say thank you to those that serve and those that give back to our community, such as the Chipola Foundation. Today, Dr. Clemens, like she mentioned, had made a donation in memory of Hodges Martin, her father, and her mother. He was in the first class, and he was the president of the foundation. And she gave a donation of $5,000 in his memory in honor of her mother. And things like this make such a huge difference, because whatever the amount is, large or small, it makes a huge difference. And as of today, our 75th anniversary campaign has already raised over $657 and I think like 82 cents. I'm one of those math people that like to round up, that's like a grade, round it up. So we are very excited, and out of that, it comes our donation for the Day of Giving, books, coins, banners, just donations in general. So today's not over. Please do not feel like, we can't make a donation. Our website is still up and running. So please, if you feel led to make a donation at any time, please go online to www.chipola.edu and go to the 75th anniversary campaign. In this amount, I would like to introduce someone that has made a big difference as a natural partner to Chipola College, and that is Joseph at All In Credit Union. Joseph, if you'll come up, and I'm going to let you talk. Joseph is going to tell you about All In and our natural partnership and helping with food insecurities here on our campus to make sure we are meeting the needs of all students. So the $7,500 is a grant that we applied for, and it is in the 75th anniversary campaign. So I would like to introduce Joseph at the moment, and he can tell you a little bit more about why Chipola and why this natural partnership is making such a big difference to students here on campus.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon. Yes, my name is Joseph Brackens with All In Credit Union. I do our business development in what is called Region 2 for us. We have 4 regions, so I work Region 2. That includes Marianna up to Dothan, Skipperville, and Midland City. So a little bit about the credit union. We were formed on Fort Rucker back in 1966 up in Fort Rucker in Alabama by 7 servicemen. Their idea was to initiate sort of a credit union movement in this area for the soldiers, the spouses and the soldiers there at Fort Rucker. So each of them put up $5 apiece for a $35 investment, which now All In is at upwards of around $2.4 billion in assets. So from 66 to now, we've grown to about to open our 30th location. So the way the grant works and how it kind of started with us, if you're familiar with the credit union, mentioned nonprofits a moment ago, we're also not-for-profit. We are a not-for-profit cooperative. Makes us a little different from other financial institutions. It's what makes credit unions a little different from banks. So our motto is, we give back. That's our hashtag if you want to stick with today's culture. That's our hashtag, we give back. So in 2016, our board, our executive management got together and thought, how can we do more? We volunteer all over the place. We give hours of physical work, manual labor, wherever we can. Our board had the idea, in the same year, we started what's called our Executive Leadership Program, which gives our employees that aren't executives, management, tellers, MSRs, whoever, the opportunity to shadow executive management, see the things they see, work in that realm for a little bit. It's a year-long course, which I took 2 years ago. So in the same year, they said, why don't we start a grant to benefit local nonprofits? So the first year, we awarded, at that time, it was $100,000. And we gave it to one deserving agency, the ARC, there in Dothan for transitional housing. After that first year, we thought it was awesome, but then we said, we can keep the $100,000, but why don't we branch it to different locations in our service area? I mean, we're in Mobile, we're in Dothan, we're in Troy, we're in Florida. Why don't we branch it out? So that's what we did. So in that time, how this was initially funded, if y'all are familiar, if you've ever worked in a financial institution, we love wearing jeans. And so on Fridays, we're allowed to put $5, we do $5 per pay period into our jean fund, which we also call our Helping Hands Fund. And that allows us to wear jeans on Fridays, every employee, I think we're just over 400 employees. So that is where our initial grant came from, was from us giving us the opportunity to wear jeans on Fridays. So after that, we did what's called a skip-a-pay, where our members could skip a loan payment, especially around the holidays, if family had birthdays coming up. So the fee income we got from that went towards Helping Hands. So in 2018, our board of directors agreed to give $100,000 from the foundation. So we started the Helping Hands in 2016, and we did that first grant presentation in 2018. That executive leadership program was tasked to be the the applicant reviewers and those that reviewed each application that came in. Once we reviewed them, we sent them to our board for final approval. So we've seen a lot of eye-opening experience from this. I remember the first time we saw the arc from the beginning of when they started their project to the end. Completely mind-blowing. So in 2022, we were really excited for this year because we upped the $100,000 to $200,000 to help to be able to benefit more nonprofits in the area. And I want to say that our percentage of applications went up about 80% from last year to this year simply because of the amount we were able to do. So since 2018, when we initially began all this, we've helped 43 agencies across the Wiregrass, Florida, Mobile, the Mobile Bay area in Florida, giving just over $800,000 to our nonprofits. Because, you know, again, if you're familiar with the credit union, the entire credit union mantra, it's people helping people. And so that's what we're here to do. And I'm excited that this 22 year, we're able to give to Chipola. I rooted for that one. I was on the voting committee this year, so I like to say I had a little hand in it. But I'm very, very proud that we were able to do this, especially in the National Day of Giving. And 75th anniversary. I don't think we could have picked that any better. But we are excited. I reached out to. We were at the 200th celebration for Jackson County, I believe, and I walked over to Chipola's table and just asked if somebody I could chat with, somebody I could speak to, and they gave me Dr. Davis's information, and I met with her probably about 7 weeks ago, and we've been able to form a couple of things together, a partnership with All In Credit Union. So we would just like to say on behalf of Ms. Rhonda and her team at our Mariana branch, all of us at All In Credit Union, thank you for allowing us to partner. Congratulations, and we couldn't be more thrilled and more proud to be a part of this. Thank y'all.